Hi you guys, it's Lindsay from Tidy Style, and today we are organizing a garage. So we have a team of 5 of us today, and please bear with us today because there is a little bit of construction and painting and other work going on as well. So you might hear a little bit of background noise, but with a garage, you really never know what you're gonna get because you just get there and anything could happen. So sometimes our clients are doing renovations, sometimes, there's other things going on outside, but we just do the best we can. So there actually wasn't too much in this garage. It's about a 3-car garage, and I think she said she was going to fit maybe 2 cars in here. So we are in our first step right now, which is clearing out pretty much everything. So we'll clear as much as we can. If there is like a super heavy, really big workout machine, or obviously a car that they don't want moved out, we'll leave that in there. But everything else we move out of the garage: boxes, trash, totes, any sort of storage, and just clean it out. So we are in the first step right now of clearing everything out, so we're going to show you that. We are also taking everything out and categorizing it. So we like to just use the driveway and the grass and any areas that we have available to do this. If there's like a little sidewalk or a little front porch, or really anything that we can use to kind of separate the bigger items into categories, because a lot comes out of the garage. So just trying to consolidate that as best we can. So we're doing that too. I will say it's a little bit hard to show you today because this driveway is very slanted, so we'll do the best to kind of give you an overview, but I think it'll be easier to see once things are going back into the garage. But yeah, we are just going to continue our clearing and categorizing, which usually takes us, for a garage, it could take up to 2 hours, maybe like 1 hour to 2 hours. So let's go ahead and finish off that. Okay, I wanted to show you our categories we have so far. We still have a little bit of clearing to do, but we definitely gotten the main bigger things out. So I think these are some things for the renovations, and we have some furniture and dog stuff over to the left, like patio and kind of outdoor furniture. We have a big Christmas section and holiday section here. That's usually one of the bigger categories we find in garage. A little bit of car. These are some of our smaller categories. We have like a hot tub and kind of different painting and categories like that. And then we like to organize and categorize in the grass as well. So we do have some donations over there by the curb, and then it's still a little bit mismatched right now. We haven't done the edit yet with the client, which is when things will kind of get like cleaned and straightened up a little bit, and we will start to go through and maybe donate some more things and kind of look at things a little more. Over here in the grass, we mostly have the sports category, so it's a lot of golf, and we also have some camping and different yard games as well. And then these are some donations over here that we're going to, I think, be taking for the client today.
If you are organizing your garage by yourself, I would definitely not clear out the whole garage. I would approach this category by category. Obviously, at Tidy Style, we are working with a team, and that's a huge benefit of hiring a professional organizing team, is that we can get the space done in one day. But if you're tackling your garage on your own, I would start with one category, like gardening or outdoor equipment, something like that.
Okay, so we are beginning our edit with the client. So that is where we take them through everything that we've removed from the space, and we see if there's anything they want to donate, anything they want to put in a different space, like put inside the house, anything that's maybe trash that they want to throw away. So we're sorry for the background noise, but that is what we're up to right now. It's about 11 a.m. We got started at 9:30, so let's do the edit.
So as Lindsay mentioned, we are now walking the client through the edit. So that's usually 1 or 2 organizers walking the client through the edit. We are looking at every category pile and having the client make the decision about what they want to keep. We find that when we approach from that point of view, as far as what intentionally do you want to keep, it is a much more positive experience than it is if we are approaching it from the point of view of what do you want to get rid of. So that's how we support our client through the edit process. While the edit process is happening, the other organizers are starting to think ahead to space planning and how the categories are going to be contained. With every garage organization, there is the question of infrastructure. Most garages do not have adequate infrastructure to be really organized. So we are bringing in some freestanding shelves to help with that problem on this garage.
Okay guys, so we are at the point in the process where we have just finished the edit with the client. So that took us maybe an hour-ish. It's about 12:40 right now. So we are kind of at the part in the day where we're transitioning from everything being outside into categories to starting to move things inside. A couple of the girls built a shelf, which will show you how that turns out. And we're gonna kind of be binning things up by category. So we bring some of our own product, and we also like to prioritize reusing the client's product as well. So we're gonna be using what we can today that she had. Also, the client today got rid of so much, which is always great because it just means that there's less to put back inside. It'll be more clean, it'll be more beautiful looking at the end, and it'll just be overall better. So that's always exciting. So if you're doing this at home, I think try to just prioritize only putting back in the things that you really want or you really need, right? Or asking yourself if things can go in different areas if your garage is really full. She does have a good amount of room in her garage, so we're not too worried about space, but we'll see how everything comes together. So we are just going to begin binning things up. We'll show you a little bit of that process. So basically the steps we have left are just to take our categories, put things into bins and storage and label them, and then see everything come together in the end. So
making a makeshift toolkit because our client did have minimal tools, and so we need some infrastructure. So I'm just gonna put her tools and some clear containment so she can see what she has. And she's got some picture hanging, some WD-40, and other lubricants. Those will go together. And then she has miscellaneous screws and nails that we just put in some Ziploc bags. And we'll put these in here. And she's ready to go.
So Sydney has been working on some of our initial containing process. So these are not the final labels that we use. One of the things that we really like doing is using blue tape and a Sharpie to label things as we go, because we'll do our final labels at the end and you'll see that, but this is really helpful to just, so everyone's on the same page, everyone knows what's already in there, especially if it's kind of a weird category that you're like, I don't know what that is from just initially looking at it. So we're just in the beginning of this, but we will kind of go around and make, labels like this and start categorizing things in small and large bins and show you that. We really like to label as we go, especially with a garage. Sometimes for our other jobs we will mostly just label at the end, but in a garage you usually get so many different little baskets and bins that it's really helpful to just kind of label as you go so it doesn't take a long time all at the end. So this is the labeler that we use. It's the Brother P-Touch Cube. We will link it down below in the description box. It's definitely our favorite. We have been using it for years and years on our organizing jobs. So the labels, this is kind of how they turn out. We're actually making some right now for the client's dog. So his name is Archie. I will try to film a little clip of him so you guys can see him. He's so cute. But we're working on a little section for him right now. So this is one of our black and white labels. You can also do a clear label with really any color font that you want, but this is what we like to do for garage to have everything really cohesive. So working on some labels as everybody is putting some more stuff away, and it's really coming together.
When labeling bins, you want to be as specific as possible. You definitely want room for miscellaneous items, and in that case I like to have a miscellaneous bin. But as far as categories that are binned up, we really want those categories defined, and we want the labels pretty specific so that you have a nice roadmap to where to put your stuff away and where to find your stuff, and you don't have to think about it too much.
So this is the massive donation pile from today. So this is a lot of things, and it'll be great. We always like to donate to local thrift stores, and we even sometimes post things on Facebook Marketplace if local people want to come and look. So I think a few of the items, like maybe some of the Christmas stuff that's in some of these boxes, we listed on Facebook Marketplace for free to see if anybody wants to come pick it up. And we also offer to take donations for any of our clients if they want us to. They always have the option to take it themselves, or we can drive it away for them. So we are going to do that today, but very excited about all of these donations. Lots of Christmas stuff she got rid of, and what else? Just kind of miscellaneous, some golf items and some bigger home like art items. So this is really exciting and is going to help so much with the overall final look. So Lauren is working on the memorabilia now. So she didn't have too much memorabilia today, but she had a couple bins of pictures and different sentimental items. And the client actually already had this armoire that she keeps in the garage for storage. So of course we figured we'd love to reuse this. So Lauren is just starting on putting some things on these shelves, and we'll make everything kind of fit and look really good. And we always love when there's products that and storage systems that we can reuse, so this is going to be a great spot for it. So over here we have Sydney and Alicia working hard on some different categories. So Sydney is starting to look at the gardening and kind of weed killing and all that kind of stuff. So this is one of our products we love to use for garages. It's the Instacrate, and she's doing some awesome like extra storage in here with our multi-purpose bins. We love these. These are from the Container Store. We will definitely link down below some of our favorite products that we use for the garage. So that is looking awesome. And Alicia over here is actually doing the biking, the cycling section, which was a pretty decent category today. So she's also using an Instacrate and creating some division with the multi-purpose bins as well, which looks just awesome. These really help. They fit perfectly in these Instacrates. So we absolutely love that, to create some different sections with all of the smaller items. So it's looking good, and it's really coming together out here.
So as you can see with some of these bins, we have bins inside bins. So this is just extra infrastructure so that everything is contained and micro-contained as needed. And here's the team putting things back, really thinking through the space planning as far as what are the items that are used the most. Let's make sure that those are super accessible, and the items that are not accessed as much can be put in places that are not as accessible, meaning up high or down low.
So we are finishing up in here. Sorry, there's a little bit of background noise, but we have brought in the bikes for the client, and those mount on the wall, which is awesome. This one actually is just, I think, gonna go kind of in the middle here in one of our aisles. And then the girls have been working on hanging up some different items like brooms and some chairs, as you can tell, some cords. She had these built-in things. She had these already built in, so we love when these are available, but you can of course also install these if you don't already have these. And it really is so helpful to clear up space on the floor and utilize that vertical space, which is something that we always try to do in any space, especially a garage. So, you know, her blower is up there, big extension cord, some of her golf and outdoor chairs, and it's really spacious and just coming together so nicely in here. Okay, we are all done. So we haven't pulled the cars back in yet, but everything, well, we actually still have our stuff right here. Don't mind that, that is our mess, but everything else I think is finished up. We're gonna give you guys a final tour of how everything turned out, but here's an overview. So much room in here. It looks awesome.
One of the things that we say often at Tidy Style is that visibility equals accessibility. And for spaces, especially like a garage, we really want things to be as visible and as accessible as possible. That's kind of walking the fine line between making it visible, but also not visually noisy. So you can see where we use clear bins. They're often behind closed doors. And just reiterating that the things that are used most often are going to be in the most accessible spaces in the garage, and the things that are used the least are going to be high or low.
All done with the garage. Again, sorry for the noise today. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Please subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment any questions down below and we'll get back to you, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.